Okay, so
okay, I'm recording now. Just letting y'all know.
If they want to be cheeky, you could throw in the frog foot to balance out with A10. But I feel like that would be its own release thing. Because this update, what's it called, Danger Zone or whatever, or was that just the trailer name?
No, that's the update name.
I feel like the Tomcat's going to be the star of the show, and I feel like the Frogfoot could possibly have its own his own like release.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. So
there's still that mention of new nation, which the Frogfoot is not. Neither is the F14. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you need in terms of like adding a quote unquote balancer to the F14. It's like everyone thought that the A10 was going to be OP as shit, but that failed. So it's is the F14 going to be insane with its radar missiles?
It really depends, because if they do release a premium pack of the F14, everybody is just going to buy it. And for the first couple, I would say like month or so, the F14 is pretty much going to be trash. Or the statistics of the F14 is going to be trash because every newbie with their mom's credit card is going to buy it. So it's not going to really favor the F14 statistically wise. However, I feel like what's going to happen with the F14 is going to happen very similarly to the A10, where all the newbies drop out, and then we get the true players that are good with the vehicle start to show how effective it is. Because right now, the A10 is pretty effective. Because
but when it came out, it was not.
No, correct.
Well, I guess to put it simply, in the air-to-air role, it wasn't. It's not an air-to-air fighter, so why would you expect it to be good?
Even with the air, you're right. As in, it's not an air-to-air fighter. But however, those AIM-9Ls, those all aspects,
are good.
Yeah, made it very fierce than what it should have been.
Fierce in the right hand.
Correct.
The thing is that it wasn't in the right hands, so everyone gave it a bad rap. Especially, I feel like most of the bad rap came from the people who just bought the plane.
Correct.
And we're just like, it's shit. Like, I want this to be overpowered.
Yeah,
now,
I can't get 20 pills in my first game. What the fuck, guys?
It is overpowered in the sense of ground attack in ground realistic battles. If you get
a game where there's no SPAA.
Yeah. Like it's insane. Yeah. Just with the gun itself is good, and I got the missiles are fine, but it's like I feel like it's going to be the same sort of thing with the F14. Like they could drop a premium and then a tree variant with different radar missiles and different sidewinders or sparrows or whatnot. Just because there's it has the 3 versions of the Phoenix. I think it got 2 versions of the sidewinder and then I think a version of the Sparrow. So it's like
the F14.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got 2 Sparrows and.
Well, no, I'm just saying like the variants.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're pretty consistent across a lot of them.
And then 3 different Phoenixes, even though like I think the Mark 60 is the better one. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but it's like they could do that and mix it up.
Yeah,
but Gaijin also has to figure out how their fucking radar system works, because I can't figure out how it works, and I'm probably just dumb.
No arguments there, Hyper Cookie.
That's
Nah, but here's the question though, like as you said earlier, what is Russia gonna get in terms of like something equal to the F14? Like, is it gonna be the MiG-25 Foxbat? Is it gonna be the MiG-29? Like,
I could see it being the MiG-25.
Yeah. So
technically the F-14 is an interceptor.
Yes.
So you would want an equal interceptor, a quote unquote equal interceptor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which would be
and
the Foxbat, right?
Maybe.
And I'm not
Yeah.
good with electric vehicles.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm here. So the issue with the F-14 is it's too good, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, so if you compare it purely based on numbers, okay, and well, yeah, you base it on numbers, the F-14's just too good. You know, if you go off speed alone, it's faster than the F-18, it's faster than the F-16, it's faster than the F-15, the F-35, the F-22, maybe, I don't fucking know. But what I mean is, if you just go off the cold hard numbers of, you know, pounds of thrust, well, this thing has the same engine as the F-16 and the F-15, you know, the A model, the early versions of those, and then so on and so forth. Is all of those planes could easily come right now because the F-14 outperforms them all. About the only place it probably wouldn't outperform them is like power to weight ratio, and so on. But that's the thing, is you can't really base it off the specifications as in top speed. Do you get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You would need to find an equal to it. So
yes, an equal in role and capability,
which would be.
It could be the Foxbat, but I just feel like the Foxbat is a little too trash. Like, it's good on paper, don't get me wrong, but with the Foxbat, it is fast.
Wasn't it the response to the F-14?
It's the other way around.
That's right. The F-14 was the response to the Fox. That's right.
Yeah,
but it's the other way around.
From what I understand, the Foxbat, while it was pretty fast in a straight line, it had terrible maneuverability. Like, its rollover and turns were just awful.
Yeah. I mean, half of these variants are probably like structural. So, look, the Foxbat's most certainly coming, okay? It really is. But is it a contender to the F-14? No, probably not. As America found out when they finally declassified the early versions of the Foxbat, they're like, oh, this plane's shit.
So what's the other option then?
MiG-29, possibly. MiG-29, I feel like is a little too advanced for the F-14, but it's the only one that could potentially give the F-14 a run for its money in terms of the game.
So this is the thing, though, is the MiG-29, yeah, it's too advanced, just like the F-16 and F-15.
But it's old. It's advanced.
It's also old.
That it's old.
Yeah. Yes, it is also quite old. But that's the thing, is its specifications are a lot closer to the F-14 than one might imagine. Like a max speed of Mach 2.25 opposed to 2.38. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, 2.38. So that's not bad. You know, it's quite comparable there. It's got comparable missiles in the close to medium range of IR-seeking missiles in particular.
Mm-hmm.
So the MiG-29 is entirely possible, but the...
it just feels like such a jump, though.
Yeah, it is.
That's exactly what I was about to get to, is it is so much of a jump.
Like, I could see him go F-14... and then was it MiG-25?
Yep.
Like, so F-14 this update, MiG-25 next update, and then not SU-33, MiG-29, F-16. Like, if they like alternate.
Yeah. So that's kind of the thing with what I was getting at with the, you know, you could add the F-16, F-15, F-35, is they're just too advanced. Yeah, their flight performance is worse in some ways than the F-14, and often in the ways that people compare the planes. But yeah, in terms of what planes, now that the F-14 is added, any plane that is slower than it can be added. Now it purely comes down to how advanced is the technology. And that's
like,
kind of...
by all means, the F-14 was not that advanced.
No, but it's the weapon systems it had.
The weapon systems was...
Like, the AIM-54s are pretty advanced in terms of the game.
They would definitely be a new... So I struggled with the the French Mirage radar guided missile. I don't know what it is. What's it called? The fifth.
Yeah.
The 530? Is that what it is?
Yeah, there's the Super 530, then the Matrive.
Yeah, so I struggled with that just because, like, I could never get the radar to pick up anything. And that's probably because I'm stupid and don't know how radar works. But it's like, if, you know, maybe if they tweaked maybe they updated the radar this coming update for, you know, the introduction of the 14, you know, then maybe I could see the 14 just being an absolute BVR goblin and stuff. But in reality, its strength is also its weakness, because yes, the F-14 goes fast, and yes, it can dogfight pretty well, but it's not going to be the best turn fighter when you get up close with, like, Top Gun moment, you know?
Right.
Like, you're gonna be outturned by a slower, you know, more maneuverable plane. Like, maybe if the MiG-21, you know, if you came up with a 21, like, that will definitely probably outturn you.
Right.
That's actually a good point, though. Is you think about when pilots were sent to the actual Top Gun school. Yeah, they trained against, like, MiG-25s, but they mostly trained against planes that were equivalent to the MiG-21.
Yeah.
So we could actually see more variants of the MiG-21.
True.
Because we've only got, what, 2 of them? 3 of them? Something like that?
4,
you know, in, like, the mainline tech tree. Yeah, but ignoring the event premium.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Wait, 3. So you got the MiG-21 F-13, the MiG-21 SMT, the MiG-21 Biz, and then you got the German MiG-21. Oh, both German MiG-21. Okay, so you have 5 total.
Talking specifically Russian.
Russia, you have 3.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, even
1970.
Like,
where is it?
If, let's say, okay, so radar missiles, you're gonna hit probably 2 out of every 10 you shoot. Let's just start a random ratio. You hit 2 out of 10.
Okay.
You know, that leaves you with Sparrows and Sidewinder. Those are pretty good. You know, again, Sparrows, if they have, like, the dogfight variant or whatever, you're probably going to hit like 2 out of 5. You know, but after let's say you get through all of your missile payload, that leaves you down to pure gunfights. You know, and yes, it has the sweep wing, where, you know, you can bring out your wings and slow down and get, you know, more control on like the slower end of stuff, but you can only get so much out of that before your plane falls out of the sky.
Right.
Just quickly, though, the MiG-21 BIS would be the last, like, MiG-21 that the F-14 would have conceivably faced in the Cold War.
Damn. Okay.
Everything else is upgrades out after the war, like, as in after the Cold War.
Like, even the MiG-23s could be dangerous.
Yeah, so the MiG-23s will be dangerous because they have that adaptability just like the F-14. But where they different, again, going back to the cold hard numbers, is the MiG-23's one engine is woefully underpowered compared to the F-14.
Yeah, because
I'm saying if you were to engage in a dogfight.
Oh yeah,
a strict dogfight. Not like this. What they do is not like what people do is they dive in, full afterburner, do a gun run, miss, and then take off and go to the stratosphere.
Yeah,
it's not like I'm saying. Like if you actually got into a turn fight, unless you're a pretty good pilot, I feel and I don't I love the F-14. I don't want to discredit it. It's a great plane, but I have this gut feeling that 6 out of 10 times F-14 will be losing that dogfight.
It's an interceptor that was forced into a dogfight role.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also,
unless people play it smart and they take off, get rid of their missile. And I'm not saying this is such a stupid thing, but get rid of your missiles and then turn and burn back to the runway or carrier to rearm, and it just rinse and repeat. That I could see that being an effective strategy, but again, you're not going to be. It's not going to be as insane as I would think people would want it.
Right.
As a missile, if you think of the F-14 as a missile platform, if you take away the F-14 guns and it's a missile and it has a missile platform, in the terms of War Thunder, it's a pretty shitty missile platform.
Yeah. Also, this begs the question: what VR is the F-14 going to be at? Like, if it's at 11.3, it would be way too overpowered.
What is the highest VR for planes we have right now? 11.3?
Correct.
I would see them. I could see them releasing something. So obviously they have to have a response to it.
Mm-hmm.
With another country. What that is, whether it be 2 or 3 planes in conjunction with F-14, who knows? I could see him doing 11.5, maybe, and having 11.5 is such a weird number.
It's not a BR, you idiot.
It's not. Oh, sorry. I'm looking at 5.0. I'm looking at 5.0 right now. My bad. I can see them doing whatever the next gap is.
Here's the thing, though.
Whatever that line is.
11.7.
I'm just done.
But here's the thing, though. I feel like anything, like, in all terms of reality, I feel like the F-14 should be at 12.3. In my opinion. Because if it's at 11.7, it's going to face what? Like Mirages, Harriers. What else?
Yeah, so at 11.7, it'll still face 10.7 planes, and I pity the fools who play 10.7 planes.
Okay,
anyway.
But if you put it to what'd you say? 12?
12.3.
12? 12.3. That doesn't that eliminate anything? That would only mainly be the F-14 and whatever comes with it.
It would only be so at 12 or even 12.3. It would only drag up planes that can have a hope at potentially doing it. So again, the MiG-23 on a 1-to-1 performance scale, they're not comparable. The F-14 outperforms it massively. The issue will come with cocky F-14 players going heads up with a MiG-23 or MiG-27, and they use their all-aspect missiles in the case of MiG-23.
Right.
But in saying that, though, what BR's the freaking A10? 9.7?
Yeah.
What was it? I'm sorry?
Isn't the A10 9.7?
9.7 10L.
Yeah. The F-14 gets the same all-aspect heat-seeking missiles as the A10.
Right.
Now, the A10 gets 4 of them, so I don't actually think we're going to see a BR jump to 12 or 12.3. If we were to, it'd probably be 11.7. But honestly, given that the F-14 is a pure interceptor, just like the F4 Phantom, for example, like as in the early model of the F4 Phantom. It's also a pure interceptor of the same generation as the BAC Lightning. Don't forget that. Like, those two planes are the same generation. Oh, okay, there's like 8 years between them, but they're the same generation. It most likely will actually be 11 Freeze planked right down in the same BR as the F4 Phantom and the MiG-21s and so on. Because while it is a pure interceptor, its ordnance load in terms of the other stuff that pushes the F4 Phantoms up into the realm of, really cool, like the guided bombs and missiles, I don't know. Actually, no, the F-14 has unguided rockets, unguided bombs, and obviously the missiles of varying types. Very similar to the F4 Phantom. So, how can I put it? It will probably be the same BR as the F4 Phantom and play very similarly to the F4 Phantom in terms of the same adversaries. Now, Phantom pilots are claiming that they're having trouble killing the Russian planes, and I think that's because they're still trying to use their radar-guided missiles.
But, okay, but we're also looking at it as there's only going to be one F-14.
Yeah, so there's going to be 3 of them.
Eventually there's going to be 3. There could possibly already be 2 coming out this update.
Yes, if one of them was a premium, and
I would say the premium would have to be the A.
I think I agree with Purple, where I think they might just release like an export version, like the Iranian F-14 as the premium.
That's also fair.
They did that with China. Don't forget. The export version of the Q5 is the A5 or whatever it is. That Syrian. Mm-hmm. No, is it Syrian? Libyan.
Oh yes, correct.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that plane there in the Chinese tech tree, and then the same went for the Valtor. It was a Jewish Valtor, and then it was a non-Jewish Valtor. And the what plane is it? Shit, I forget. Yeah, so it could be. I mean, it could be the one they showed in the trailer. Honestly, it could, because that skin is covered in what I would imagine to be historically accurate markings, which is very abnormal for a Gaijin model. Does that make sense? So if
that's what I'm saying.
If you pull up a random plane now, it's quite bare bones.
Because I feel like if they added the Iranian F-14, I just feel like that would be like. So that would go. I don't even know. Okay, let me think about what I'm about to say here.
So the thing is, if they add the Iranian F-14, that is still how can I put it? That is still a B model. Okay.
Yeah.
So if that's a premium, it's still a B model. So while it's plausible, they could add the Iranian ones to keep in line with the foreign nation tech tree, foreign nation premium theme they have.
But if you look at their like, so when the Harrier was released and when the what am I thinking of? The F5 and the A10, they always had a shittier tech tree version, if I'm correct. Or not tech tree version, a shittier premium version.
That is very true.
So in the terms of F-14, the premium, and this is just all what I'm guessing is premium F14A with a shitty radar, less variants of the Phoenixes and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Then the Tech Tree versions would be the B and the D.
I mean, yeah, that's entirely plausible because they did do that with the A10 Warthog, and
yeah,
I could honestly see them doing that, and I wouldn't be against it.
And I'm not saying it's going to be like right away. I'm not saying it's going to be like A, premium, B and D also release. I mean, I could very well see them. They do have the capability of releasing all three right now.
But I could also see them
likely. Yeah.
Yeah, true. I could also see them doing like if the A and B are coming this update, then I could see them doing the MiG-25 Foxbat. But when the F-14D is added, then I can see MiG-29.
Yeah. So...
or they could do none of that and throw in the frog foot.
That is true, yeah.
What other planes came out around the time? So you obviously have the F-14A, which came out in the early 70s. Just quickly, with the MiG-25 Foxbat, it's not actually the MiG-25 like A. The variant that America was most interested in at the same time was the RB, which is a single-seat reconnaissance version, but it was able of carrying bombs. Okay. So that was released in 1970. But in saying that, though, all of the other interceptor versions, and well, that's the thing, it's only an interceptor. So
you need something to intercept. What if they just turned around and added the bear?
They answered that in a recent Q&A, sort of, and the answer is no. Yeah. There's also the L-39 Albatross. Now, the issue with the Albatross is...
It's too slow.
Yeah, it's way too slow.
That's more of like a 9.7.
Yeah.
Yes. No, this would be a competitor to the A10. It honestly would. It's a cool plane, and it could come, but it's still a competitor to the A10. You also have the F-15. Look, it honestly could. It honestly could, but it's still the same thing of, what the hell kind of thing. The next up would be the Su-24, known as the Fencer, as its NATO name. This is an all-weather interceptor that, in a way, was designed to replace the Su-25, sorry, in some respects, but it was more of a ground attack. How can I put it? It's more comparable to the F-111.
Okay.
But the F-111 is comparable to the F-14. Don't forget. They were kind of built for a very similar contract. Obviously, they didn't go anywhere, and the F-14 kind of filled that need. But we could see the F-111 for both America and Britain, for example.
That's the one I was talking about a long time ago, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
So, yeah, the Su-24, that could honestly come. It's got a lot of missiles of varying types, both air-to-surface and air-to-air. And it's quite a fast plane. It's also got quite a okay maneuverability spectrum. Much better than the Su-25, but probably not by a lot. You also have the what else would you have? I mean, you got the Kafir, the Falcon. We could see a newer variant of the Viggen or the AS-37 Viggen.
That is true.
You also have the. I mean, that's a competitor to the A10.
I think they would. I legitimately think they would wait on the frog foot and make it its own update.
Yeah.
I could see them doing that. Could they throw it in this update? Yeah. Are Russian players going to freak out? Probably.
Yeah.
Do I care? Absolute and fucking no.
Are they adding it too early at this current stage? Yes,
because no, hear me out. Because if they were to switch around and add, let's say a Russian, let's say example, they fuck around. Instead of the 14, this update, it was all about the MiG-25. We'd still be having the same conversation.
Yeah, so
you have to start somewhere.
No, that's exactly it. And so the most likely would be the MiG-25, but you could honestly see a very early MiG-29. Now, the reason being is the early MiG-29s didn't carry medium-range missiles.
Mm-hmm.
They only carried air-to-airs.
It's like this whole thing.
Medium range, but
this whole.
No, I think we're just repeating ourselves. So I think what we're just gonna have to do is just wait until tomorrow for the dev stream. We'll get our answer then